Happy Monday, everybody. I was just sitting here doing what I normally do on Monday mornings, which is just feedback follow-up from my open houses and showings. And I was reminded of my morning yesterday and thought I might share with you the series of ridiculous events that led up to me getting to that open house. Just because I think there's always a story behind everything. It's not always pretty pictures and beautiful houses and smiles and cookies. There are a lot of things that go into getting ready for that open house and or that showing or whatever your day is going to look like. So I just thought we'll give you a little backstory on that and you can have some laughs about running over raccoons. So yesterday started with what I thought was going to be a smooth day. Woke up in the morning, started collecting my things from my open houses, made some cookies. I additionally have been going through a little bit more stress transitioning brokerages, so I don't have everything quite transitioned yet, so I was just making sure all my everything was in order how I needed it to be. So it took me a little longer to get ready than it normally would. So as you can imagine, I have things planned in time to get there 45 minutes ahead of time just to set up and be ready in case any early people come. But and thankfully I did that, because whenever I came out to my car, I loaded everything up, pulled out of my garage and heard this terrible noise. And then I had to come back into the driveway, and then I realized I had like a completely flat tire. It was on the rim, totally flat. So I don't really have a lot of time to mess around with it. Thankfully I have another vehicle that is my daughter's car. So I just took everything out of the car that I had loaded up, threw it in the back seat of her car, and jumped in and was getting on my way. So my daughter's car, she just turned 16, so she just has her permit. So we have a really lovely sticker on the back that says caution student driver. And thankfully we do have that, because as I'm driving all my stuff in the back seat and there's a car behind me and I'm coming down a very skinny one-lane road, and a giant raccoon, like one of the biggest raccoons I've ever seen, decides to dart out in front of my car. I have like 1 second to make a decision, so I briefly slam on the brakes to try to avoid the raccoon. Because of the car behind me, I didn't want to get into an accident right there. But unfortunately for the raccoon, he did not make it. I did hit the raccoon, and every single thing in the back seat of my car flew forward into the dashboard and on the floor, including the cookies that I just made. And let me tell you, I've never seen chocolate chip pancakes before. You've seen them smashed on the ground of my car. So additionally, I am dressed up like a cat, kind of, because I was doing a Halloween themed open house. So I stopped the car, briefly think I could salvage the cookies, but I could not salvage the cookies, and to check on the raccoon who was crawled up onto the side of the road. And I'm out there and the people behind me honk their horn and I'm looking like an idiot. And so then I just jump back into the car and I'm like, okay, time to unstress. Let's just get there and get to the house. So I finally get to the house and I am going in and trying to open up the Supra box, and of course it's not working. Sometimes you have to update your system in order for it to unlock via Bluetooth to get the keys out, and I'm messing with it and it says I need to update it on my app, but I can't update it because I don't have good enough service. So I thankfully remembered that there is a contractor box there with the keys in it, so I was able to get that code and then get into the house. At this point I have like 10 minutes before the open house is supposed to start, so I'm stressing to run around, turn the lights on, and get everything looking nice and pretty and put my decorations out and all my flyers and everything. So I'm heading out to the car to get my open house sign, to put it out in the yard, because we're ready to go here. And of course I'm wearing high heels and I didn't have an alternate pair of shoes, which I normally have in my other car, to put on. So I'm walking out into like the mud on the road. This was a newly renovated house, so there's a lot of rock and mud from the trucks coming in and out. And literally the bottom of my high heel just broke off. So it was just like looked like a screw, just like hanging out of the bottom. So I'm like hobbling like back and forth just to run into the house, and obviously then I have to take my shoes off because of this happening. So that was super fun. Thankfully, midway through, I was able to find some electrical tape that I had, so I was able to fix the bottom of the heel, so at least I could wear them during the open house, so I wasn't running around in bare feet. Luckily, I had my a good friend, Rachel, come and she attended the open house. She's a mortgage lender also, so she's able to get people approved on the spot. So we had some good conversation, but also it was very, very cold in there, and I went to try and put the heat up because it was a chilly morning, and of course the gas wasn't on, so I couldn't. So it was like 49, 50 degrees inside the house, and I, again, would normally have jackets and all sorts of things in my trunk, and I had nothing there to keep me warm, so I just was basically freezing the entire time. So open house went really well. It was busy. I packed up, we left. I'm excited about some of the follow-up and gained a couple clients, but all this to tell you, not in a way to complain, but it really reminded me that behind every pretty picture you see on Facebook or Instagram or video, there's always a story, and sometimes that story needs to be told because it helps people feel like they're real and genuine. And I don't think we do a lot of that. We all have our battles and that story that nobody sees. Behind every smile, there's always a struggle. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, like I know we all are, just try to remember what happens in your life is often out of your control, and it's really how you react to those moments that are going to define the outcome. Additionally, no matter how bad I thought my day was going, that raccoon definitely had a worse day.